Good morning to everyone. Once again, I welcome you all to our integer chapter discussion. So today we will do the discussion of the properties of the integer under the division. So it means in the first property we will do the discussion whenever one of the integer we are dividing with the another integer, whether we are getting the result it is integer, otherwise not getting the integer. Let's see. So one integer it is 8. Whenever 8 we are dividing by the 4, the result we are getting it as the 2. It means 2 it is our integer. Then after another example I have chosen minus 8 whenever we are dividing with the 4. Negative integer we are dividing with the positive integer. Result it will be negative, but the quotient it is 2. Numeral quotient it is our 2. So for which the result it is minus 2. Okay, it does not mean that only after checking 1 to 2 case we will give the confirmation that yes, division of one integer with the another integer it is also an integer. Okay, so different types of integer we have to check. Positive we have to check, negative we have to check, positive with the negative we have to check, 0 is there, 0 with any non-zero, then after non-zero with 0 we need to check, then after we will give our conclusion. Understood or not understood? Another one it is our minus 8 whenever we are dividing by the 3. Whenever minus 8 we are dividing by the 3, here nothing can be cancelled, just like our previous one. Minus 8 and divided by 4. Here 4 divides, the result you got it as the minus 2. But here nothing can be cancelled. So for which it will remain in the form of minus 8 divided by 3, which is not an integer. Minus 8 divided by 3, it is not an integer. Many more such type of examples are there. Minus 2 by 3, minus 5 by 7. Okay, so with the 1, whenever 1 it is not satisfying, so for which we can say that closure property under division is not satisfied by the integer. Understood or not understood? Otherwise another example also we may check. So here it is 8 whenever non-zero integer 8 we are dividing by the 0, which is undefined. Any integer, any non-zero integer, whenever we are dividing by the 0, it is always undefined. Also 0 divided by 0, it is also undefined. Understood or not understood? So any integer 8 we are dividing with the 0, here the result we are not getting an integer. So for which clearly we can say that on dividing one integer with the another integer, result is not always an integer, for which integer does not satisfy our closure property under the division. Ready? Then after another one, commutative property. Let's have a check. Commutative property, whether it is satisfying or not satisfying. Commutative property is 8 divided by 4. Is it same as the 4 divided by 8? So first 8 divided by 4, the result it is 2. 8 divided by 4, the result it is 2. But 4 divided by 8, the result it is 1 by 2. 4 divided by 8, the result it is 1 by 2, otherwise half. So both are hell and heaven difference. So for which one thing it is clear. So two integers we cannot divide in any order. But two integers we can add in any order, also we can multiply in any order. But two integers we cannot subtract in any order, also we cannot divide in any order. Understood or not understood? So with one condition, if it has failed, so it means no need to check for the another. Okay, so when it is not satisfying, so for which the commutative property not satisfying. Understood or not understood? But listen, but it is satisfying, but it will satisfy whenever both the integers are equal. 4 divided by 4 also same as the 4 divided by 4. 1 divided by 1 it is also same as the 1 divided by 1. Okay, so to satisfy the commutative property, it means for every case, for every integer it must satisfy, not for the few of the integer. It should satisfy for every integer. Understood or not understood? So it means commutative property does not satisfy under our division. Next one I am showing. 8 divided by 4 within the bracket divided by 2, is it same as 8 within the bracket divided by 4 divided by 2 or not? It means another one, it is 2 divided by 8 divided by 4. Is it same? It means can we divide the three integers in any order or not? Just like we have checked the same and we got it becomes satisfied whenever it was the case of the addition, also it was the case of the multiplication. But in the subtraction, it does not satisfy Here we need to check whether it is satisfied under division or not. 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. Divided by 2 is equal to 1. It means left side 8 divided by 4 divided by 2, it is your 1. Then in the another order, it means 8, 4 divided by 2, I am keeping it within the bracket. So 4 divided by 2, result it is our 2. Then after 8 divided by 2 is your 4. Left side we got the division result it as the 1, but right side the result we got it as the 4. Another one also I am checking. So 2 I am keeping it in the first. 2 I am keeping it in the first. 2. Okay. So for which 2 divided by 8 divided by 4, how much we are getting? 2 divided by 8 means 1 by 4. On simplifying, you will get it as the 1 by 4. Once again divided by 4, it means into 1 by 4. Multiplicative inverse, it will be our 1 by 4, which becomes 1 by 16. So it means in one order of arrangement of the three integer, we are getting the result it is 1. Another order of the arrangement of the integer, we got the result it as the 4, and in the another arrangement we got the result it as the 1 by 16. So for which 3 or more than 3 integers we cannot divide in any order. Okay, so it may be same for any of the cases, any of the few cases it may be same. Any of the few cases it may be same whenever all are same, just like this. Otherwise 2 are same, in that situation it is satisfied. Okay, very few exceptional case it is satisfied. Ready? And next property it says, whenever any integer you are dividing by 1, the result is always that integer. Previously also we learned that whenever an integer is multiplied with 1, the result is always that integer. Here also the same thing it follows, that any integer you are dividing by the 1, the result is always that integer. It means positive integer you are dividing with the 1, also you will get the positive integer. Negative integer you are dividing with the 1, also you will get it as the negative integer. 0 you are dividing with the 1, always you will get it as the result it as the 0. Okay, so one of the example is, whenever 5 I am dividing with the 1, the result is numeral division. 5 divided by 1 equal to 5, and as positive divides positive, so for which the result it is positive 5. Ready? So it means positive integer 5, whenever it is divided by the 1, result it is also same positive 5. Another one it is, whenever minus 5 it is divided by 1, the result is numeral division. 5 divided by 1 equal to 5. Negative divides positive, for which the result having the negative sign. So here it is also one thing clear, negative integer divided by the 1, also the same negative integer we are getting. Another one it is, whenever 0 it is divided by 1, also the result we are getting it as the 0. Is it okay? So it means you just have to remember, any integer divided by the 1, always the same integer we will get in our result, otherwise same integer we will get it as our quotient. Ready? And the next one it is, whenever any integer is divided by the minus 1, we will not get the same integer always. We will get the integer which is of opposite sign. Ready? Whenever an integer is divided by the 1, we will get the same integer without any sign change. But here it is, whenever an integer is divided by the minus 1, we will not get the same integer, we will get the integer which having the alternate sign, otherwise which is the negative of the previous integer. Otherwise you just have to remember, whenever an integer is divided by the minus 1, the result we will get it as the additive inverse of the previous integer. It means I am showing you one of the integer, it is 5. 5 divided by minus 1, result is 5 divided by 1 equal to numeral division is 5, but the sign it will be minus, because positive integer divided with the negative integer, always the result it will be our negative. So minus 5. 5 divided by minus 1, but we are getting the result it as the minus 5. Minus 6, we are dividing by the minus 1, result we are getting it as the plus 6. And here it is 0 divided by 1, we are getting it as the 0, because 0 is the additive inverse of itself. Plus 0, minus 0, both are same. Ready? So divided by 1, integer remains same, but divided by minus 1, it will become its additive inverse, otherwise it will become its opposite, otherwise it will become its inverse, additive inverse. Additive inverse, otherwise opposite, otherwise you just have to say it as the negative whenever any integer is divided by the minus 1. Ready? And the next property is whenever you are dividing 0 with any of the non-zero integer. Whenever you are dividing 0 with any of the non-zero integer, result you will get always it as the 0. Once again repeating, whenever 0 you are dividing with any of the non-zero integer, the result always you will get it as the 0. But conversely I am saying, whenever any of the non-zero integer, otherwise all the integers divided by the 0, it remains undefined. Any integer divided by 0, it will remain undefined. 5 by 0 undefined, 6 by 0 undefined, also 0 by 0, it does not mean that 0. 0 by 0, it is also undefined. Ready? 0 by any non-zero integer, it is your 0. But any non-zero integer, otherwise any integer, we cannot divide by the 0. Whenever we will do the division by the 0, result it is always undefined. Means till date mathematicians, they have not calculated the value of the any of the integer divided by the 0. Okay, so all these properties, what did I say? All these property you have to note it in your copy. Then in the coming days we will do the discussion of our exercise 1.4. Thank you. Have a beautiful day ahead.